let's talk about understanding consumer behavior. So really adapting and taking advantage of it. So why do we even care about consumer behavior? I mean, we just want that people buy our products on Amazon, right? Yeah, but I mean, if we actually understand how people end up making the decision to click that buy button, then it just makes everything so much easier when we are approaching it from that. Okay, so what can we actually do to influence the behavior of consumers towards our direction, towards our advantage? So yeah, I mean, let's talk about the process of buying decisions, why this actually matters, and kind of changes in consumer behaviors uh, past years. And it's also important to realize that, I mean, consumer behavior changes. And there are certain things that different companies, technological companies do that, I mean, make these changes happen. For example, TikTok makes a big difference how people behave. Google was actually one of the companies we can blame for the for the reason that people are not willing to wait for a website to load. I mean, if a website takes like 5 seconds, 15 seconds to load, then forget it. People are not going to wait. And yeah, and the reason who we can thank for that is when actually Google started getting obsessed about speed, meaning that one of the key things that how they started like ranking website is speed, like how quickly a page loads. So I mean, all the time Google has been pretty much obsessed on speed. So that also like matters, like when you Google something, like they care about like how quickly you get all the results, and they also care that like if Google sends you to a certain website, I mean, they have to make sure that it actually loads quickly, because if it doesn't load, then you kind of lose trust on like why did I end up in? I mean, this was not a good website. Why did I end up here? I mean, it's just taken way too long to do the thing that I actually want to do. And same thing with Amazon. I mean, Amazon changed the behavior how we buy online, even patenting one-click purchase. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, how to influence these behaviors to our advantage? And let's just take some silly example, like, okay, so here's Adam, the consumer, to explain us. Okay, why people buy certain things, how to make the choices, and what factors influence the buying decisions. So yeah, I mean, first thing is recognition. And here, yeah, we're not really talking about, in this case, we're not talking about impulse purchase, because impulse purchase doesn't even need to be about recognizing that, hey, I need this. Because first step can actually be that, I mean, you're just browsing on Amazon app and just looking at different things. And I mean, it's clearly not for need. You're just browsing for the fun of it. Well, I guess you could have a need to have just to buy anything, but the point is that you're not searching for it. You just see something that, hey, I mean, this is actually looks cool. I want to buy it. But let's say that, I mean, even like you have some kind of need. Let's say even like it doesn't really matter what kind of need. Maybe even for like screwdriver. I mean, I need a screwdriver. I need some screws or whatever. I mean, it starts from this recognition that, yeah, I mean, I need something. And in this example, okay, Adam realized that blah, 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 smartphone is outdated, slow, and has a cracked screen. So he has recognized that he has some kind of need to meet this daily communication or entertainment needs, or whatever he's using his phone for. So, okay, next thing is that, okay, I realized that you realize that you have something, you need to have something, so you start researching different smartphones online, reading reviews, asking friends for recommendations. And here actually is a big and one of the most influential things for people: recommendations, referrals, meaning that if your friend is telling you that, hey, this is such a cool thing, this product here, then I mean, obviously it means a lot more. It means a lot more than if they just if receive some random email about a product, or even if it's one step ahead, one step up, like in terms of authority. Like maybe Amazon is saying that, hey, this is a great product, you should buy this. But if it's actually someone you know, friend, family member, or whoever giving you recommendation that this product is amazing, so that's actually one of the key things why we want to have these raving fans for our brands, that they would actually refer our products to people that they actually know. Right? Yeah. So okay. So Adam does this and then compares different features, prices, user experience to gather information and make informed decision. And I mean, people do this even if it's just impulse purchase, but it just means that the process is much quicker, meaning that you instead of looking at 5 different product listings, I mean, you could actually you're just looking at the search results, meaning that, okay, this looks better what I'm looking for than the other one, and boom, I mean, you just buy it. Then, I mean, just evaluation of the alternatives. So coming, it's like a funnel. So there's just all this information coming through. And in the beginning, there's a lot of information, a lot of different options, but then you start like narrowing it down for the thing that matches your criteria the best possible way. So, okay, then considering different factors, whatever it might be, such as for phone, it could be performance, camera quality, battery life, brand reputation, then evaluating the pros and cons of each option to narrow down the choices. And then after the evaluation, actually deciding that, yeah, I mean, this is the phone, this is the model that aligns best with my preferences and budget. And here it's super important to understand that people don't want the best product. They don't. And and maybe it sounds crazy. What do you mean? Like, I always want the best product. Everyone wants the best product, right? Okay, but are you willing to pay for it? Best product means probably the highest price, and it might mean the premium price. So are you willing to pay for that? Are you willing to pay $2,000 for a smartphone? I mean, it's just a phone. Are you willing to do that? Okay. So that's why people don't want the best product, because they are not willing to pay for it. They might say that, yeah, I mean, I'm super demanding and always want the best. And sure, I mean, there are this group of people who have the money to spend and are always just want the best possible product. But yeah, I mean, that's not the majority of the customers. I mean, that's not what we should really be aiming for when we are selling like impulse, like pricing that matters more the impulse purchases. Yeah, so the decision may be influenced by factors like promotional offers, warranty, or recommendation from trusted. So obviously, I mean, if it's close to you, like holiday season, like not right now, or Black Friday last month, then yeah, I mean, that makes a huge difference, because let's say that you've been already thinking about buying this product, this phone. So having some incentive like promotional offer will actually make a big impact, because then you're looking at, hey, I mean, I want to buy this, but yeah, I'm actually willing to wait until I see the Black Friday offers or whatever. Then making the purchase. So Adam completes the purchase online or at a physical store, considering convenience and pricing. And he may also explore financing options or additional accessories during the buying process. Then what happens then next? I mean, there's the post-purchase behavior. So after using it for a certain time period, I mean, you basically assess the satisfaction. I mean, does it actually meet or exceed my expectation? Are you likely to be satisfied customer? And this is one of the issues that we always want to avoid on Amazon. Like, let's say that people actually experience some issues. We want them to contact us. We don't want that they leave a 1-star review on Amazon saying that, I hate this product. So basically, that's something that we always need to consider, is that when like making it as easy as possible for the consumers to contact us. So, I mean, they should be able to answer our emails. They should be able to send us email. They should be able to send us text message. They should be able to do whatever is convenient for them. So that's something we always do in every product we sell on Amazon, that we add pretty much all the possible options that we can to make it super duper easy for people to get in contact with us, so that if they are not happy for any reason, they are not gonna like bombard with or like give us 1-star review on Amazon. So over time, I mean, in cases of a smartphone, I mean, technology evolves super quick. So he might actually eventually decide to upgrade or find a replacement. So that means selling, trading, recycling old device, contributing to the product lifecycle and environmental considerations. So, okay, if this is our target customer, if Adam is the one that we are targeting, so we can actually use this information to kind of like manipulate or influence his buying decisions, so that we can, tailor or customize all the strategies and offerings to really meet the needs and the preferences of consumers. But this really means that we need to have the information, and we really need to have the understanding of especially this post-purchase behavior. Because let's say that, this pretty much stays the same. If we are talking about high level, these are the steps that, kind of take place for any kind of product. But then, the beef is really in the details. The devil is in the details. We need to know all this information in detail. Like, okay, let's say that they are comparing. Let's say Adam is comparing different products. But what are the specific things that he's looking for? And let's say that we are starting to sell a product that we have zero experience, zero knowledge, zero understanding about the consumer. And then then it just means that, so then we need to do quite a bit of research to really know how we can really customize everything for the consumer. But obviously, like nowadays with different AI tools, and just by basically reading reviews on Amazon, making, for example, using ChatGPT to just summarize all the negative reviews, all the good, positive reviews, and kind of like get the really good understanding that, or better understanding that, okay, what's the problem with this product, and what's the good things, what are they complaining about, what are they getting excited about, what are they getting disappointed about, and what are the things that really move the needle for the consumer to say that, yeah, I mean, I really love this product, I really really like what's happening here. So yeah, I mean, obviously, I mean, it's already part of the like perfect product plan, where you develop this X factor to really 100% based on the customer's needs, desires, pain points, wants, and whatnot. Because by really identifying the customer needs, we can create, we are just able to create better products that just align better with the market demands. And then we will have the opportunity to really highlight and showcase these different things in the product listing. So really knowing how consumers search for and evaluate products really helps as a seller optimize it. I mean, do you really optimize the product listings, relevant keywords, key features, and providing information that really addresses the concerns. And most importantly, I mean, using the language that really resonates with the target audience. Yeah, so absolutely. I mean, sellers who understand the consumers better than competitors gain a competitive edge. That's definitely a big advantage, because that really helps us to, you know, differentiate and really attract this loyal customer base. So consumer behavior is dynamic and can be influenced by various factors such as trends, seasonality, external events. And like I mentioned, also like technology and what basically like the example with Google and Amazon, I mean they both have made like significant impact on the way that people actually behave. So sellers staying really informed about these changes can really adapt the strategies and offerings accordingly. And yeah, one thing is that, you know, what happens for pretty much for all sellers who have been selling for many, many years, that, you know, you have your product listing, it's doing great. And then you move on to launching new products. And then you move on to launching new products, and, you know, and so on and so on. So what kind of happens is that you kind of like, just by nature of this process, you kind of forget about the older products that you're selling. Pretty much the only time that kind of like gives you a wake-up call is that if you suddenly see that, hey, I mean, oops, the sales have gone drastically lower. So why is that? Well, okay, well, first of all, I mean, our conversion percentage is so, well, why is that? Oh, okay, so let's look at the market now. Now we can see that everyone is priced lower than us. So there's like, everyone dropped prices like just for like $5 lower than us. There was a change in this market. So what can happen is that we kind of don't look at the all product listings until until something actually forces us to choose that. Okay, fine. I mean, now we have two options. We need to drop the price, or we need to think how can we actually produce more value? How can we make our product stand out better, so that they would be willing to pay that extra for our product instead of the competitors. But, you know, that's something that we should be doing anyway. I mean, always keeping eye on the product listings, old product listings as well, and coming up with different ideas that, okay, how can we develop this further? How can we become even better product? How can we create even better offer for the customers? Because if we neglect to do this, then I mean, it just usually happens that, okay, the market evolves, but we are actually not evolving. And it doesn't matter that we have thousands and thousands of reviews, but I mean, the competition is catching up with us, or maybe everyone else is dropping the price, then it's negatively impacts us as well. So that's why, you know, just having reviews and so on, even when you have thousands of reviews, that's not really the main thing that people care about. Okay, so I mean, what's been changing in consumer behavior past years? So I mean, overall online spending in Q4, and let's talk about popular products, what consumers are buying, where people shop, the most popular stores, and online retail sales. So let's take a look at this graph. So yeah, this basically starts from Q4 in 2021 until Q4 this year. So basically past 2 years, right? So who people that are saying that the year decreased, stayed the same, or increased? I mean, their personal spending. So basically just 19% are saying that, I mean, they basically raised their amount of their purchases. But I mean, we can see that, I mean, everything else is pretty much dropped. So for the 45% of the consumers, I mean, it's pretty much stayed the same. So which is still the highest number past 2 years. But one thing, like we were discussing, I think it was like 2 weeks ago or whatever, that, I mean, still, if we look at, I mean, it's easy to say that, I mean, there's so high inflation, and the economy is not really doing so well, and people are probably not spending a lot. But when we look at what happened in Black Friday this year, I mean, on Amazon, it is a record. So yeah, how is consumer spending changing in Q4? So online spending is increasing in Q4 for a large number of consumers than those whose overall spending is increasing. But typically, it kind of doesn't make sense to compare different quarters, because we already know that in retail, I mean, the Q4 O&D, so October, November, December, I mean, that's really the biggest time of the year. I mean, it's really the peak season, right? So in many stores actually make majority of their purchases during the last quarter. But of course, it depends on the category as well. So what can we see here is different categories: gifts, decorations, entertainment, clothes, accessories, travel. So consumers are buying more cleaning supplies, groceries, pet supplies, and less electronics, garden, outdoor, home, and kitchen. So this is kind of interesting information just to be aware of. But I mean, whenever we see, you know, it's so easy to start blindly trusting different data or different headlines or different like media. Like, let's say the media saying, oh, I mean, everyone is doing badly, like, oh, it's a recession, inflation. But you know, I mean, have you noticed there's always companies that are doing better than ever. So even if we saw a report saying that, yeah, I mean, the sales of electronics has gone drastically lower this year than last year. it doesn't mean that yeah, we should never ever start selling, like we shouldn't start selling electronics at this point. No, I mean it doesn't, it depends on the context. It depends on how what's the actual opportunity there. So even if the whole category is going down, it doesn't mean that, I mean, nobody's doing well there. I mean, obviously, like let's take, for example, travel category. I mean, yeah, I mean, when there's a pandemic and everything is shutting down and traveling is pretty much banned, then yeah, I mean, traveling is going to be, it's a bad time to sell any travel uh, travel category items, because if people don't travel, why would they buy travel items, right? But besides that, I mean, it's not really that black and white. So where people shop? Well, yeah, I mean, obviously Amazon, Walmart, Target, eBay. Let's see, in-store, Walmart, Target, Kohl's, specialty, independent, local, or boutique, and Costco. So going back to this psychologies, I mean, what are the things that actually influence this buying behavior? So first of all, I mean, motivation. What's the motivation to make this buying decisions? I mean, is the person in need of that? But even if the person doesn't need it, it doesn't mean that they won't buy, right? Because otherwise, if people only bought what they needed, what they like honestly needed, I mean, pretty much like 90% of the sales would end overnight, right? Because people are all the time are mainly buying the stuff that they don't necessarily need. And sure, I mean, they might justify, well, I just have to get, I just need to get a new phone because it's too slow or whatever. No, I mean, I'm sure you could survive. I'm sure even Adam here could survive a few more years with this current phone. So then brand perception, okay. Is there trust? Does Adam has to trust and be willing to pay for it? So that's why we sell on Amazon instead of only just on our website. Because I mean, first of all, the trust is there that people are used to buying online, buying from Amazon, so they actually trust that that the order will be delivered swiftly, usually in a few days. And second way how we actually build that trust is that we just create so damn good product listings that that it just it just seems like the best possible product that they could need. Yeah, I mean, then learning, repeat purchases, and so on. But I mean, the key thing here really is that, okay, understanding these attitudes and beliefs that there are, and do we have the influence in making the person to make the decision to buy, hitting that button? So what other things are like social, like let's say that the Adam here, that Hami, he's not even thinking about buying a phone. But let's say that someone is just his friend or family is saying that, hey, I mean, I just bought this phone and it's so amazing and blah blah blah. So then probably Adam is start to think as well that maybe I could use a new phone. Yeah, I've had this for several years already, my current one. So maybe I could. Yeah. I mean, I need a new phone, right? So the way we can actually use this to our advantage as two different kinds of ways how we get those pictures of like, for example, those selfie photos that gathering those where people are presenting, are basically using their face to present our products in one way or another. And that's not influencing marketing. This is where we get actual customers just to take photos and ideally even videos where they're using their product and saying how happy they are, and so on. Then different cultures, but well, yeah, I mean, one thing is this class, if you have a product that is status symbol, and actually a funny thing, I just on the airplane was watching this movie about BlackBerry. I mean, the phone that used to be, what was it, like 45% of all phone sales worldwide, at least like smartphone. So it was like a massive brand. So one way that they actually started getting sales was that they made this marketing campaign that they actually hired they made their existing sales team to go attend different kinds of social clubs, where golfing clubs and different kind of clubs where typically rich people hang out, and they got these people to their own staff, meaning their own staff was there using BlackBerry and being really obnoxious, meaning that being talking on the phone really loudly, being a really disturbance, and really showcasing their BlackBerry phone all the time. So people started thinking, all the rich people over there started thinking, who is that annoying guy? And what is he doing? What is that device that he's using? And how do I get one? So they deliberately created a status symbol out of this BlackBerry phone, meaning that you show to other people that you're super successful and you have a higher status just because you own this BlackBerry phone. Then economic personal income, being able to actually buy for it, or using credit or whatever. And what kind of income expected? I mean, if Adam just lost his job, right, and he's probably not going to be thinking of that. Yeah, how can I? What are the different products that I should be buying? And same thing for savings. And same thing that do they actually need to use savings or whatever? And what's the appropriate? I mean, what kind of ages there are? What kind of occupation? And like how well the product aligns with the lifestyle that Adam is passionate about. And these are not the things that you should be too bothered about, like when you're just starting out. Or let's say that when you're just starting a new brand. I mean, these things these things are not gonna help you make sales quickly on Amazon. These things are not gonna build up the cash flow quick. But these are things that actually are things that we should be considering, that when we are only developing the brand for quite a few years, and then we are figuring out that how can we really make most out of this brand, and how can we really go deeper with the brand? So what kind of lifestyle does the brand actually present?